Yeah, looks like we are live. So, Ranshima, you can start.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully, I'm audible and my screen is visible. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, and whatsoever like any time zone you are in. Welcome to Meshery Development Call. So basically, we discuss here in any agenda related to what any issues, PRs related to Meshery. Either it could be front end, back end, or any DevOps centric things related to Meshery. So you are most welcome, engage, and if you have any questions or doubts or any agendas you have to discuss, and you have raised any PRs within the week, feel free to join, add this in the agendas list. I'll just again share the docs link in the chat. So give write your name in the attendees, any topics you want to discuss or you have in PR you have raised, you want to get reviewed, feel free to ask, add in this agenda list. And before moving forward and discuss these agendas, we'll quickly give a glance through the participant list if we see any newcomers joining for first time. I'll quickly check. Sonal, if you are joining for the first time, if you want to introduce to the community, feel free to unmute yourself and uh, give introduction. Yeah.
Hey, I was there in the newcomers call, but I
Oh,
still like to introduce myself. Am I audible? Like,
yeah, sure.
I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yeah, you are. Please.
Yeah, so I'm Sona. I'm currently a student and I'm trying to learn Golang. So that is the reason I've been contributing to Meshery. Lately, I've raised a PR in the Meshery Play, a basic padding PR, like Vivek have told us while showing in the last meeting. So yeah, that's it for now. And yeah, looking forward to contribute. Thank you.
Great, great. Thanks for joining, Sonal. And yeah, Supriya, if you are, I think you are joining for the first time. So yeah, if you want to introduce yourself. In case anybody has any mic issues, you can also introduce it in the chat. Just a quick heads up for that. Supriya, are you with us and want to introduce yourself? No worries. You can also introduce in the chat if you have any mic issues. Okay, I'll check out. I think yeah, we have Tushar. I think you are not joining for the first time, right? Or
I was there in the previous week's newcomer
okay,
meeting.
okay. If you are like joining this measure development call for the first time, then also you can give a short introduction.
Yeah, so hello everyone, myself Tushar, I'm from India and right now I'm learning backend and DevOps, trying to get into DevOps. And yeah, on the way, I would like to contribute to open source and learn a lot, engage with the community. So I think Measure is so ideal for that, ideal for my goal. So that's how I stumbled across Measure.
Okay, great. Thanks for joining. Okay, I think we don't have anyone. If anybody I miss, if you wish to introduce yourself and joining this time, first time this call, you can feel free to introduce it in the chat. And if you have cameras, feel free to don't be shy, try to engage. And yeah, so we'll start with our agendas. And again, just quickly adds your name that it is. Okay, so first of all, like we have standing agenda items which we discuss, like to give you introduction about things. One is thing like we recently, just I'll quickly go to this. We just recently released 0.8 of Meshery. There were a bunch of new features and fixes were around this release. And regarding that, there were also like new things which will be left to complete in the last release, which will be available in the next release. One of it is the migration. We have this migration from MUI V4, which is running currently the framework of UI in Meshery UI, which has to be converted to V5, which is basically System because System runs in version 5 of MUI and it's our own design system. So if I see Ankita is in the call, right? She is one of the uh, contributor who's working on this area and want to have any updates or want to talk about this migration. So we'll quickly
Sure.
go through our yeah.
Mhm. I could probably share my screen in a bit and take us through the stats that we happen to have. Apologies. I shouldn't be sharing this, but I hope I'm audible. So, hey there, everyone. So this has been an ongoing initiative for us to, go ahead and present what the stats are based on the migration. So in the previous week, the stats look something similar to this. We have divided this into the number of components that have to get migrated inside System, and then we have got different pages inside Meshery, which need to be MUI v5 compatible, as well as they need to use the system theming and the system style or the system components which are already available in MUI v5. So the page stats basically deal with all the number of pages that we have, ones that are successfully merged, that have been tested, that are up, some open PRs that we tend to have, and PRs that are open that haven't been merged yet owing to some conflicts, some discrepancies, and then the list of to-dos. So we were at a 75% stat past week, and with components, which is the system components, we were at a 70% approximation start, and we had this following target set up that we are trying to achieve by the end of the year. So here's the progress report that we tend to have. With respect to pages, we are close to merging 2 to 3 more open PRs that we happen to have here in the PR race section by the end of today. So pretty soon with the next rollout, you'll be able to see these new pages. And we would be at an 80% approximation here once these PRs are merged. With the components, apologies, I should have changed the data that we tend to have here. We are 100% done with all of these. And we will be testing them out and checking those out. So here is what we have. So we are near to ending the phase 1, and we'll be looking at phase 2 and 3 in the next week's update. So that's something that I had from my end. If you're interested to go through in detail, which are the components, what are we working on, where are we, you can also take a look at this sheet that we tend to have here that has all the PRs enlisted, the stats, and things in and around. So any questions that we might have here, or any form of feedback that y'all might have, feel free to share it with us. Any discrepancies that you see with the new pages that are going live, also let us know so that we can keep a track and improve on that. But yes, that would be all from my end regarding this standing item that we tend to have.
Yeah, Ankita, like regarding, I think there's a lot of work has been done in the open PRs. Like, what's the status there? Like, how many of those would be merged in near future, or any
Yeah,
of
so
this, like any of that work, like abandoned by the committer?
no, so with these pages, PRs that are open, all of them are under my name. The component PRs that were open, we've wrapped, Sudhanshu has made a tremendous effort in wrapping those up for individuals that were open. So we are done with that. We'll be wrapping these tonight and going ahead with the merge conflicts that we have with especially these ones. So with adapters in the other sections, there are certain things that are not working out, or while testing things out, the ones that are having merge conflicts or anything that's the tests are failing. So that's a to do, but the ones that were pending because the theme isn't right or it's not eye pleasing, we are set to close 3 more pages. Just give me a second. Here. Does that answer your
Yeah,
question?
that looks
Abid?
nice. Then yeah, I thought like maybe some of them might be abandoned, but yeah, that's nice. So we might quickly.
We
Get on.
we do have like at this point we have 4 to-dos to do 4 sections that are like 4 pages that are remaining, especially the notification center and all. So it's still an open call if we happen to have anyone who's willing to put in some effort in here and help us get through that point. Yeah, it'll be far more quicker while I'm wrapping these open ones up. It's just an open call to anyone.
So
and
everyone,
on this
like, there's call for volunteers. Like, if anybody is interested and wants to work in this area, so this is like really a nice opportunity because this effort has been pushed very hard. So you would get the required help and also be able to finish these off. So please probably like I think there's a GitHub issue, and also we are tracking this
Exactly.
inside the sheet to check which ones are pending.
Yes. I'll probably go ahead and stop sharing so that we can proceed with the call. And apologies, I don't happen to have a stable internet connection, so I can't turn on my video.
Okay, no worries. Thanks, Ankita, for the status sharing. Okay, so this was the like UI upgrade, like migration, which is one of the stretch goals of 0.8 release. And I'll just share this 0.9. So this is the 0.9 release, which probably the some of the stretch goals of 0.8 only. I'll just share in the chat. So if you want to look out anyway, and as a review feedback or anyone has to work on any contribute any of these areas, feel free to comment in the this discussion forum. Okay. So regarding there was another thing which was like previous meeting discussed about test related thing. We already running like few test plans, and we recently using like Playwright for those tests. And if you go to the PRs, and you can see a bunch of like effort has been made to. I'll just quickly share one of the PR. Just a second. For example, yeah. So you can see these are the test plans, right? So not test plans, the test results which we have, and this was a test plan, yeah, sheet. I guess this is the Meshery CTL sheet though, but yeah, I just doing test sheet, yeah. So if you want to contribute to the Meshery UI end-to-end test, and this is the talk how you can contribute. And there was a last meeting which we gone through the tutorial way how you can set up and run playwright test and contribute in that area. So I'll skip that thing and move to agenda items which we have from the contributors.
Yeah, like regarding the test, so like I
Yeah.
think on the previous weekend, I think on previous Wednesday, the former champion for the Messi test, like Jerins, did a kind of a have discuss about that. So you can check that meeting if you want to learn on how to set up the test and what are the best practices that we are following. So I think that the recording for that meeting should be available on YouTube, so you can go through that to learn more about our test strategy and plan.
Yeah. Vivek, if you can share the last meeting's link in the chat. So
Yeah, in fact, I have left a link to all the meeting recording in the YouTube in the chat.
great. So, okay, I'll move to the agendas now. Just a quick. Yeah. So from first we have Chaitanya. Do we have Chaitanya in the call? Okay.
I have sent a reminder to Chaitanya.
Okay. They'll circle back to him if he joins. Okay, next up we have from Lawrence removing I think it is from removing successfully from every uh, like the server calls, right? Do we have Lawrence? No, we don't have Lawrence too. Okay. We'll circle back to him if he joins in between. Okay, next up we have Jay. And do we have Jay in the call?
So as it turns out, we are missing Chaitanya, Lawrence, Jay, and Ajay. So I have sent reminders to them. I think we can start from Anuj since Anuj is on the call.
Okay, Anuj, so then you're the first to start with. Okay, great. So if you want to discuss about the test coverage you're working on book page, any update
Yes.
from the last time? Feel free.
Mm. So the issue that I was working on this to cover the E2 test on the home page. So previous before 2 weeks, Abid and Lian told me to increase the test in the more on image and verification side. So I've increased all the tests this time, and these are the results.
Like, what is Canvas snapshot verification is here for homepage.
This this image verification.
Okay. Avid, do you have any comments or do you say?
Actually, like do one thing like rather than testing the exact text and like the image content, just check like if the thing is rendering. So like if all of the extensions are like shown up there, because like if we change the text like for this page, then the whole text would break. So it would become more fragile right now. So don't like assert against the exact content of like the heading or description text or the image, because these things change frequently, like we keep modifying them, so we'll have broken tests then. And so just like test like if the page is rendering properly, and that should be it for it. Or
Are
like
you talking?
if the like,
Uh,
because if you see like if you can the actual feature to test would be like here, if you like if the enable works, or like if I think yeah, if the sign up button works, like test against
yeah,
the exact functionality.
yeah, I've also done that. I have tested this to that this button works or not. It's
Yeah,
so
I think that should be mostly like the focus here, just for the functionality, and just I think remove the test for the exact description and headings and stuff.
oh, oh, okay. So you mean just only the necessary test and remove the image verification and description verification?
Yeah, only the feature test, yeah, exact feature behavior.
Okay, okay, got it. Anything else?
I think like yeah, Avid,
Yeah, also like
if you say
with
something.
the feature test, like make them a bit more robust, because like if you like don't just test for like if the button is like turning on, like test like exactly like if it is doing the thing it's supposed to do, and for the other ones also, like if the sign up one is redirecting or whatever it's supposed to do. So like try to make that a bit more robust if you are
I've
not already.
done
I
this.
don't know, like you might already
I've
done that.
uh, let me so what I have one test that this button will be clicked and it will verify all the elements in this page, and then it will go to this page and verify this. Are you talking about this?
Yeah, like then on this page, like if you configure like after if you specify a
Uh,
valid Grafana and
uh,
the URL and key, then check like after that is are we able to connect. Like I think you can probably like split the work maybe in separate pairs, like if, when you will try to do each of these more robustly. So right now, like for the ones inside the extensions section, like try to check like each of those behaviors is completely working. Like if the is enable completely working, is the turning on and off of catalog working. So try to do that end to end like completely, rather than just checking like if the button is turning on or not.
okay, okay, got. I will do that. Anything else?
Also like don't try to don't try to work complicate, like don't add too much logic. Just try to like check if the behavior is completely working, because then otherwise we'll have more logic and test than the actual code. So try to like keep it simple, like the logic of tests for any like that general practice for all of the tests.
Okay, uh, fine, buddy. Anything else?
Nothing, that should be it. Like yeah, I think yeah. Yeah, these are good. Like this is we want the test in these areas, so we can rely on them. So yeah, this is good. Yeah, I think we're in the right direction.
Okay, can I talk to you more about this in the Slack channel so we can verify things?
Yeah, yeah, please send up this and it's like
Okay, okay, no problem.
there are other people who might also jump into it.
Thanks. Anything else? Anyone?
No, and like for the extension, if you just scroll down, you are not checking each and every one's right, like this heading again, description again, enable. I
Right,
think
I'm
like
taking
Bhavin makes
these
sense like
three.
for enable like only the logic should be tested.
Didn't get it. Can you repeat?
I'm saying that like you're not writing repetitive tests, right? Like, for example, again for canvas, snapshot verification, heading, description, again for performance for heading description. So like they are
It's just for two. It's just for two and different for Meshery.
initially catalog.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sudhanshu, I think we agreed to like remove the test assertion for like these headings and stuff. Just keep the one for the actual behaviors.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I will do it.
Do you have any topics to
No,
discuss?
no, no.
Thanks. Thanks so much. Sharing your update. Okay. Next up we have Tushar's like we have Tushar in the call, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to any update on
Should,
this environment subcommand?
I've almost finished that PR. I just want somebody to review if it's correct or not. I've also checked out my on my end, and it is working as intended. So I basically
So yeah,
had to
would you like to
move.
give the context to the other
Yes.
people?
So the command that I'm working on, the sub command was experimental. It was under exp command. Then you have to put the environment command after that in order to use it. So that what I did is I lifted the root of command from experimental to the Meshery CTL, which is the root command. So that is what I worked on.
Okay. So can you also like specify the description properly? Like what commands did you add it? So it will give me
No, I
more easy
didn't
to read.
add any. I didn't add
Okay, you
any.
are promo.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So the commands were already there, and I just lifted their this thing.
Okay. On the extension. So yeah. So it is complete from your side, right? So you can make
Yeah,
it like, review ready instead of draft.
yeah. I'll do it. And like coming to the implementation, all I had to do is I had to remove the what to say that. The environment subcommand from the experiment subcommand directory registry to the root subcommands registry. So if you can see the file changes, if you can go there, yeah. So I
Mm.
removed the this thing environment command from one file. Can you please scroll down? Y- yeah. Here I've removed the environment from the experimental.go file, and then I added the environment command to the root file. So that helped. That was all, I guess, for the fix.
Oh, so make sure you get reviewed from I think Matthew. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'll
And
do it.
I think
yeah.
this makes sense. Yeah, because it's just a straightforward promotion. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I actually put up a message in Slack, but nobody replied.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they might be busy with Christmas and stuff. So yeah, no issues. Like some maintenance would go through it.
Okay.
Thanks for the update, Tushar.
No issues. No issues.
Okay. So next up we have Ankita. Like you have completed this migration of dashboard page, right? So if you have any update or just quickly share.
Yep. So we had the initial dashboard screen that was there. A PR was up for it. This is a follow-up to that particular PR. There were some other components related, the panels, the overflow, sorry, the overview, and the other sections. So those have been dealt with, and this PR deals with the remaining components in inside this page. Once this is merged, we should be ready and good to go. There's just one issue. We earlier had a dark background at the back for all of these overview components. Currently, based on the palette, the darkest shade available is black, and that doesn't look good. It's very contrasting, so I haven't added that up. That's up there. Probably I'll have to have a discussion with Sudhanshu and see what could be done. But that looks pretty ugly. So for the timing, I just removed the background altogether that was added on all the 4 of these.
Did you test like with any other shade or
Yeah,
background?
we did it like even for workspace environments in the other pages that we have. We don't have something like this, this panel that you can see on top that has the dashboard name, something like that available, like that sort of shade inside Systent. The darkest,
Yeah, if
like
you like
after that.
go to the
Yeah.
color palette in Figma, maybe you might take a look if you can find something
Yeah,
suitable.
so it's available on Figma and that's there inside Meshery. I'll quickly take us through the Systent palette. Just a second.
Yeah,
There we go.
I think you are the token. It might be not like this.
Exactly.
Something matching color.
What we are using here is like the background, and inside background, the options that are available that we are going through. None of them for like both dark and light theme. We don't have something that's
If you'd
suitable
like go
at this
to
point.
the palette visually, so you can just check the colors. Like this, we can't know like.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's
so
inside the left hand
it's
side.
inside colors. This one
I mean,
here
like
we do have
just
these listed.
have a visual look on the colors.
In layer 5
These
site, you will see.
We have
the
a
brand
palette.
Yeah.
Not,
Project
I think not
system.
our brand kit. Is that what you're referring to, or Figma is what you're?
Just a second.
So this kind of a background is what we generally have.
Open this link on the chat.
Sure. Just a moment.
If you don't mind, I might just share my screen.
Oh yeah, please go ahead.
So like from these, I think was like these are like the accent grade, the accent grade 10. Like I think these are not that contrasty and might work. I think
Yeah, so that's a
probably
great
doesn't have all of
representation. We do
those.
have these two, but as you can see, the one at the back of both of them, that's like the darkest. That's like black altogether. So that's where the thing is. See this one, the charcoal 10. That's the darkest that we have. So this charcoal
Yeah, I'm saying like
20
you
appears a
might
bit
use some of these like the charcoal 30 maybe probably,
Mhm.
or
So
from
just
maybe from these ones from the accent gray. I think there are lighter shades here which might work and have enough contrast with the current background. I think this is the
yep.
current
Maybe
dashboard.
something that I can do is I'll add these charcoal shades and share a screenshot of all of them in a thread inside Slack. We can do a voting probably, the one that's most ideal and eye-catchy, and have that
No,
up.
like I think like you're right, but the thing is that we have these colors, but like it's not used as a token, so
Exactly.
that's why you're not getting the
Yes.
token to use it.
Yes.
Because if you just scroll down a bit more like that, the token starts semantic category. Yeah, so those tokens have
Sure.
not been used as tokens names, those colors, and we are using these tokens to use across the. Yeah. So one thing you can do is
Yeah, I
that
think
it's
still like you might be able to get
second.
from the existing tokens probably like maybe because the thing is like
Yeah,
I think you need to do is like maybe change the actual background and then also use like have both from system because I think right now this color is also not from system, so probably you might do that or check like if you can get anything directly working from here from the current background. I don't know. I think
so with
some
the
of them might
dashboard
work.
page, yeah. So with the dashboard page, the issue is all these shades of gray are used inside these overflow cards, inside the pie chart. So the
Yeah.
only other left out option becomes black. So that's where the concern is. For the other pages, we still somehow managed and got a standing point. Maybe we can, I can send out a proposal. We've raised it once or twice earlier, like adding some more token colors for this shades
Yeah.
of gray. That's the most ideal way that I can think of. I'll probably work on that over the weekend and have a proposal that we
Yeah,
could
you might
discuss and
end up
yeah.
taking some colors from here and tokenizing them. So yeah, we are
Yes.
missing tokens for all of those. Yeah. Yeah, actually I get it now because we are using all of these inside the pie chart. So yeah,
Exactly.
that's kind of weird.
Sure.
Yeah, like you don't have to make a large proposal. You can just make a quick issuing system.
Yeah.
And if you
Sure, I'll
see
do that.
the any color which is like this background, you are seeing that it's been repeated and you don't getting in the system. You can, since it's, if you see any colors like repeated and so many times in Meshery or cloud anywhere, then we can either make them a token to use uh, from the limited options here. So you just
Perfect.
quickly create a issue and just
Yes.
have to be sure like you name the token in a way
Mhm.
that it can be meaningful as it is currently. So yeah.
Yep, makes sense. I'll ensure that's done.
Okay.
Yeah, just another thing that's left on my end, like that's all for the dashboard PR that we had. That would wrap up the components. I'd just like to make a call for action or a call to action. We currently tend to have a bunch of these template issues that are open, and we've got some really good contributors, specifically Tyler and Gotham, who have contributed to a lot of these templates that have already been published, and people can go up to the Meshery playground. And inside our playground, if you click on the template section, you'll see, or if you go to the catalog, you'll find their designs. It's still open for a bunch of contributors to come in. What we want you to do is go through this, refer to the sample design mockup that we have. Let's say go to something like this, check how the design probably looks like, and create something similar to it. Like just get an idea of how you can create a cross-functional flowchart. Go up to our Meshery playground or canvas.new and create a flowchart similar to this. We also happen to have a brand guide or a design guide that you can follow that says what the size of your header should be, what should be the font, what should be the font color, the padding, and etc. So as soon as you comment that you're interested in working on the issue, we'll be sharing that. There are some samples attached that you can check, some sample templates that have already been built. And yep, once you're done, just feel free to add a comment. We have a comment feature available inside Playground. I wish this would load, but my bandwidth is to blame. Otherwise, I could have shown you how that looks. And just tag me inside once you're done, and I'll be reviewing it and we can go ahead and merge it. So, yep, just a quick call for action. We have a few open up to grab issues that you can check. I'll add a link to these. And yep, feel free to comment and take this up. We really want to have more contributors that we can applaud who've been helping in this area. So, yep, that's all for the day. Thank you so much.
And like Ankita, if you see any assignee has been there and not responding for a time now, you can reassign them.
Yeah, yeah. I'm currently in that process. Thank you so much for highlighting that, Sudhanshu.
Yeah, so thank you, Ankita. So just like the previous one, this is also a call to volunteer from my side, and this is on tutorial. So I'll be dropping this link so you all can go and take a look in chat. Yeah, so many of the contributors, they came up and they helped us create these tutorials on various concepts in Cloud Native that they can experience hands-on using Meshery Playground. And so this is the epic issue. And we recently had two more topics that was created by Sangram, who is also one of the CI maintainers. So if you would like to contribute to those two, I'll be once again taking this link and we'll share in chat. You can read out all the description that is there, that is described in this issue, and it outlines how you are to supposed to write the tutorial. You just will have to prepare the content. All the structure and framework is there to simply publish and display that onto this page that is under guides. And yeah, you also can take a look at the previous tutorials that were created. They can act as an inspiration for your one. So I have shared the link to these call for volunteers in chat. If you want to work on it, you simply can go and comment, and that way we'll be able to assign you. And if you have any other clarifications, clarifying questions, yeah, we'll be sure to help you with that. Once again, you will have to either continue in the GitHub thread or contact us in the Slack channels. So that would be it.
Thanks, Vivek and Ankita, for some volunteer issues. I think you have one fan out there in chat. So yeah, just quickly share. Okay. So next up we have Abhishek. Like you have two PRs to discuss, Meshery CTL and one
Yep.
of these PRs. So yeah,
Yep.
please go ahead.
Sharing my screen. So this is about forward riff and almost all the component
And
are
sorry to interrupt. Like, do give a context so it's what you're working so
okay.
for others.
So earlier the assistant base component doesn't support the useref component useref hook from React. So I changed all the components which support useref. Uh, Now these all the components which can be used useref now, and I checked or tested this in Meshery side, and it does not show any error or bug. So that's that, but it needs to be reviewed. And second
Yeah,
one is
like yeah, for the first one.
Mhm.
Do check with all the clients, right? Meshery, Canvas, and Cloud. These all use the components from system base. You check from Meshery UI only, right? Right now.
uh, yep, yep.
Yeah, so do check with the Canvas and also with the Cloud, another one. Like all the clients which use system. So yeah,
Okay. And
yeah.
my next PR is like um this command. Um, if you write it in a terminal and without any arguments, and it give you an error. This is with the context of let me show you. This is with uh, uh, Abed, can you share that link? So Abed discovered this error. If you yes.
Which error you
Actually, sorry, like which link?
If you write this um, command in terminal and if you don't provide the correct arguments, it doesn't give you an proper information about error. It just shows like JSON unexpected end of line or something.
Yeah, just an unmartial error. Yeah.
Yeah, something. So I fixed this up with like conditions, like it needs to be this. So
Like one thing, like doesn't Cobra handle that directly for us? Like if we're missing commands that are registered with Cobra,
uh,
and because we can provide the help text also there directly, I think we don't need to do this manually.
uh, mm,
Yeah, like for
not.
other areas, like with
Mhm.
this, do we check like special ID and this definition?
I need to share my.
Again, you are checking for the special ID. Have you checked the other like when we
I
generate any command, like this is how we tackle the errors, or it is from Meshkit, like I don't know. Yeah,
Wait, let me share my screen once again with this one. Yep. Can you show my ID? Is it visible? I guess it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is how it uses like it saves these in this variable, and when you type use this command, and it saves this in a variable which are below, and after that it just directly uses them. But if you didn't provide these arguments, it thinks these argument already in the variable, so it just directly start using them like sheet, grid, and everything like maybe sheet ID and path this. So what I done, there are multiple command with multiple logics, and if you provide sheet ID, then spreadsheet credentials will be needed, right? Or if you provide credits, then sheet ID will be needed. If you provide both, then this error will not happen. And another thing is like path to register the connection definition, and this which is same as that. And if you provide sheet ID, then path to register. These all kind of like it depends on this basically. So these earlier this is not being checked. So I added these conditions and added a proper explanation why what happened.
So
So
basically, you use these checks from other places, right? Like, is it used here? This
um
fallbacks, especially in
it
credential, are not used. Then
it is
feels
I,
like
mhm.
some repetitive checks we are using. Like, are we doing like? Is it make sense? Like, we are not reusing things. I'm not familiar with this code here, like with the
um,
generate command.
um we are not like
Yeah, actually, like Abhishek, do one thing, like check if Cobra provides like it's kind of like schema validation for the input. Like if this is present, this flag should be also present. Because I think right now you might be able to only specify which is optional and which is required. So the
mhm.
actual issue, if you see, is like we are trying to do different things with the same command. These should be like separate commands which target their specific thing.
uh,
So right now we are trying to do everything in the same command, and then we have this boolean logic to one thing needs to be specified and other doesn't need to be, if you understand that. So do one thing, like check if Cobra provides any utilities to manage that, like
um,
a
I
bit
think
more
um, uh,
robust validation of the input. Because
one one more thing, like you are right. Maybe Cobra does la checking thing, but this command provides too many different kind of things to do
yeah,
with generate. So even if I able to make this thing like um, not null or something, that this argument must be provided, then in different scenarios like this one, it will fail because we didn't provide the spreadsheet ID, right? Do you get my point? Like, so I need to check like if there is a condition.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like check like if Cobra provides like having conditional validation, like if this argument is present, then this one also needs to be present. So we can have like different variants in the same command.
Mhm. Okay, I will check that.
Because like right now the command can do both, like ingest from spreadsheet and also from CSV, and the arguments are a bit different. So that's why we need
Mhm.
to handle them differently. So yeah, you're right. The problem is there, which you're trying to fix. I'm just saying like maybe there is an easier way to do it directly with Cobra.
Okay. Okay, I will check if I was able to do with multiple if condition in Cobra or anything like which is same as what I write, but in a good way.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
another thing
Actually,
from yep.
uh, Abhishek, I just did a review for this PR, and suggested that solution to just check if the args len is just zero,
Yeah.
then show the command help, supposing that it contains every documentation needed.
Right.
I think yeah, that would be like the top level if no arguments. But I think that also would be can be
Uh,
directly done
uh,
from Cobra if
uh,
everything is missing, but we'd
one
still
more
need
thing,
for these
one
special
more thing before
scenarios.
you say anything. Like we are not passing any argument. We are just making a flag. So arguments must always be zero because we are using flags. Did you see? Uh, Let me share it once again. So this argument is always be zero because we are not using it. We are using these flags to store values, right? And if I can show here, in this command, we are using the arguments to store information, and we are not using the flags to store it. So we can grab it and do whatever we want. But in this, we are not using it. So I can put that logic in this. Earlier, I tried to put arguments length must be 4 because we almost pass 4 argument or something we can change, but we are not passing the argument, so it will be always be 0. Length will be always be 0.
Yeah.
Okay. Or another thing I want is to ask with Vivek. Um, let me- so I want to ask, like in Meshery CTL registry publish command, and we discussed that this Meshery.io has published this, and in yesterday we talk about uh, another folder which has to store MD entire file. And what I'm thinking, do I need to change?
Abhishek,
Mhm.
so you can ask this like, is it like specific to someone or so you are sharing any update? So
Like, okay, I will ask that to Vishal only in Slack.
yeah, so ask in public Slack so everyone will be aware. So yeah, we
Okay,
can move forward with other.
okay, okay,
Okay, thanks, Abhishek. And do check the also use the Meshkit error as Yash said in the Slack in the chat. Sorry, instead of formal errors, normal errors. Yeah,
okay.
great. Thanks. Okay, thanks, Abhishek, for those update. And next, from the Abid, like we want to discuss about enhancement of cluster summary in the filter section.
Let me share.
Yep.
So I think, yeah, from the last meeting, I was sharing like the updates we made inside operator mode, and we have been enhancing the endpoints from Meshery, because like Meshery ingests your cluster data, so we need endpoints to show that back to you. So we have one endpoint for like retrieving the resources that are inside the in your cluster, and there is another top level endpoint which just returns the
Uh,
summary of the,
sorry,
yeah.
sorry to interrupt. Like your screen is right now blank. If it's only for me.
Actually, let me share again.
Yeah, it's
So there is a top level endpoint like called meshing slash resources slash summary that returns the summary of where cluster. So inside that endpoint, I have enhanced, because right now it was returning the all of the kinds and their count in your cluster and the namespaces that you have. So I've added the labels that you have now. It returns all of the labels that you have inside your cluster, and it also respects all of the filters that you have applied. So if you have applied some cluster filter, so you are just scoping it down to some particular cluster, or if you have also applied a namespace filter, so it will only return the filters inside your cluster and inside your namespace. So after this is like the initial step. So with right now we can retrieve the labels. So the next step will be to allow for filtering using these labels. So it's kind of a demo, because with the support now we can just do something like this. We can get all of the labels inside the cluster and can probably start filtering once that's done. So then you would get all of the resources that have that particular label, and it would respect, like if you have attached, like applied a filter of namespace, then the labels would be now boiled down to just the this namespace. So these are the labels inside this namespace. So yeah, I'm thinking to actually also respect the kind. So if I have applied like a kind called pod, so it will only return the labels for pod. So I think that might help a bit more to scope down the labels, because these are like too many of the labels. So yeah. And another thing that has been fixed yesterday was the canvas snapshot. So this thing was broken, I think, for a couple of days. So this is now up and running again. So I think Pranav and Yoma and I think are working on the Canvas Helm plugin. So I think you can now, that should work if there's not any other issues related to the service. So yeah, this is up now. And another,
Okay.
yeah, I
Has
think
it been
Pranav is
has it
not
been
with us
meshed?
today.
Has it been meshed already? I see the PRST opened.
Actually, yeah, Pranav was saying like there is some issue with the, I think the GitHub token. It might not have. He was saying like he sure it doesn't have enough privilege. So other than that, I think everything is supposedly working there. So yeah, I'll check
Okay.
what's the issue with the token.
Yeah.
so like Ijoma, you have the next identity. So this same thing happening with this GitHub token for Helm Canvas snapshot.
Yeah. I think I'm not sure, or like I don't have access to the configuration, but I don't know if it's actually set or if the GitHub token is right or it doesn't have privilege. But we keep having a 401 error, like bad credentials from GitHub when we are trying to trigger the Canvas snapshot. So I don't know if someone can look into it, or
Yeah, I think
another.
Yoma, like one thing that might have, like, what are the privileges that are required, like what you're to check, like what's missing, like what privilege do you need for that
I
token?
in my I the thing is I don't know if there's any special. I think something about the admin privilege. I need to check again. Then aside that, I need to be sure if there's an actual value that is there, right? That we can use to. So one thing I would maybe see is if I don't know if it's very private, but if that token can be given to either me or the other guy to like test right on maybe Postman or something and see if it's actually triggering that, because from our Canvas snapshot nothing is being triggered because of the 401 error. And the privilege, I don't think there's any special thing apart from I think there's something about triggering with API. I need to check the actual name and I'll just drop it on the Slack channel. So if that was selected, then that should work. But if it's not selected, maybe that's the issue.
Yeah, actually,
So
like
yeah,
that
and
secret is like organization level, so it's present in all repos, and it's the same token that's being used in other repos, and it's working. So that's kind of weird because last time it's just an organization level secret. So other repos and other actions are also using it. So that should be valid.
okay, then we'll
Yeah,
check
one
it.
thing might be that if I don't know, like if there is that kind of the how you are dispatching the workflow, like if it's repo level dispatch, then you might need to, I think, like specify which secrets you are providing. Like just check like if you are like how you are dispatching it and others if the secrets are available there.
Okay. I don't know. I'll check and get back to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ijoma. Okay, we have two more items. I'll quickly go and share. One is from Vidit. Vidit, like, would you like quickly share? This is an issue or call for volunteer or fixing it?
It is a call for the volunteer. Right. Uh,
Yeah, you can explain from here, so they can be quick.
So when you navigate through the playground under the user/preferences, we navigate through the capability section.
Okay.
A remote provider. You can try again.
Yes, Sunanch, I think we have an issue here also.
Yeah.
Yeah, under the remote provider, there is this one section. Okay, it is working for you, but in some browsers, the capability table is showing a different
Might be
contrast.
inside the light mode probably or not.
No, this the dark mode you shared. So which browser you were testing this?
Uh, I'm using currently Edge browser.
Okay. Then you have to, and if you can check in other Chrome or and Avid, if you can check in Safari. Thank you. Quickly test this. That looks good in Chrome though. I do have Edge, but yeah, I'll check it later on. But yeah, I think it's fine with Chrome. Might be some browser specific issue. So yeah, after like when you have tested this like with it with others, do prefer like which browser it is specifically, so
Sure, I will.
someone can
Yeah,
fix it.
make sure like either you don't have any of those dark mode or any weird extension. They sometimes come to
Yeah.
because like this is just styling, so it shouldn't be that browser specific.
Okay. Thanks a lot
Might
for
be
sharing.
probably issue with your browser also.
Okay, so we are at the last of the agenda, which is from Amit, support for connection or adding connections switcher. Amit,
I wish.
yeah.
Yeah, so I was working on one issue that we have that we kind of, if we want to do any operation with this connection from the other pages, then there is no option to uh, operate those connections in the other pages. We have to go through the connection pages, and from that we can access the all of the connections that we had. So uh, I added in the uh, connection context feature some of the options. So if we want to add any cluster, then we can directly add from the any other pages, and from uploading the kubeconfig file, we can the connection was shown here, and also this edit option will uh, open the connection model that filtered by the uh, Kubernetes connection that we had. So this is the same we are what we are using here on the connection tab. So
Yeah.
so we can
Yeah, I
assign
mean,
the
but like
environment.
I don't know, like styling for these tables, like is it system styling like the background and stuff is kind of weird. Like is the same styling used in cloud?
Yeah, I think the table is model is, yeah, I think it's coming from system.
No, I think it's like apart from the model, like on the connection page, also this table has
Yeah,
weird
it is
like
the we define this color in the system. Yeah, I checked that. So yeah, any feedback regarding this?
Looks good though, yeah.
Do you have a
Again,
like tooltip for the edit one? Like if you add a tooltip here, like configure connections or something, so users know what this will do. Like add a tooltip
yeah, yeah,
for this icon button. Yeah, apart from
yeah,
the yeah,
that
this
makes
is
sense.
good. Like do make sure like you are reusing the logic completely. Like there should be any additional logic or anything special there. It should be just the same table, and like the table should expect a like connection kind filters to filter down it by default because it already has filtering support just like
Yeah, yeah,
and
I noticed.
a filter to pass down. But other than that, like there should be very much use. Like I think if you'd admit reviewer, I would take a look at the PR. But yeah, this is really helpful.
Great. We are already over time. I'll just quickly share one of the update. Okay, so last day we had a release of Meshery where we can now set up any adapter like which was having a bug and we couldn't select any adapter to run. And if you want to configure metrics, it can be now properly using this route which we have for metrics. And next, which I was working on this is like we have a bunch of UI issues rather than fixing the functionality first. So when we hit any pinging of this Prometheus connection, we do need a error
Yeah.
to show up like what's this and basically it is a server error coming up. So other than I'll not discuss what's the issue for that, but yeah, like some UX issues which will be getting
Yeah.
the what we have the error for. And one is that if we want to remove this connection, one thing I'm sure like we want to when we click this, we want to remove the connection entirely or from the system, or we want
No,
this
no,
to
no,
be
not from the system, just from here, like kind of like disconnecting it.
disconnecting it.
Yeah, not deleting.
Okay, yeah, that's I was getting confused based on the existing code we have. Okay, yeah, so that will be fixed, like fixing on like there were this event bubbling happening that doesn't work on first click. And yeah, like I will fixing those UX issues first, then we'll come to some. I'll also
Yeah.
create some GitHub issues like what to fix in this metrics issue,
Yeah.
like how the Grafana can be configured using credentials. Okay, we do not have any questions or any feedback from others, so we'll wrap. Okay, this was it. We have completed all the agendas and we are already over time. Now we'll wrap this call and hopefully, and sorry, not hopefully, we'll meet for next development meeting, I guess, next year at 1 January. So until that, have a Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. we'll surely someone tomorrow is our newcomers call. If you are joining for the first time, feel free to join tomorrow's newcomers call. You will get reminders in the newcomers channel of Slack. But yeah, until that, have a great year, happy New Year, and Merry Christmas, and we'll meet next year. Bye.